Okay, so today I'll be presenting the closest pair of point algorithm implemented in Java language, utilizing both brute force and divide conquer. So before I move on to the coding section, let me just run this code because it takes several minutes to run. So let's compile. Okay, perfectly compiled. Let's run. Okay, so while it's run, let's move on to the coding section. Here I generated the class closest pair of point 12. In this class, I generated the method which is for generate the random number which has the bound 32,768. For generate the random points within x and y coordinates, I used generate random points method. After that, finding the distance between 2 points, I used the calculate distance method, which is also known as Euclidean distance, which has the formula square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. Let's move on to the brute force algorithm. This is the method find closest pair brute force. For finding the minimum distance, it finds the distance between 2 points, closest distance between 2 points so far. Index 1 and index 2 is the indices which stores the minimum distance. The double for loop, the nested for loop, which shows the complexity of n square. Here the distance by using calculate distance method, which is already called about this one. Okay, system.out, which shows the print the distance between the closest pair. Let's move on to the next algorithm, which is divide and conquer. In this algorithm, I used find the closest pair divide and conquer method. This method, by starting the divide into two halves by using mid variable, which is left plus right divided by 2. It has find the closest pair divide conquer method, which has the point left and mid, and for right result it has the point mid plus 1 and right. For merging step, it for merging step like the minimum distance for closest pair of point found in the left and right halves. Index 1 and index 2 are the indices, which is based on which half had the smallest distance. Sorry. For strip creation, it creates a strip containing the points that are within the minimum distance of the vertical line passing through the midpoint. For sorting that strip, I used array.sort function. Now for comparing points in strip, it iterates through the point in the strip and compares each point with up to 7 subsequent points to find pair with smallest distance and return the results. Minimum distance, which index 1 and index 2. Now for the main method, I use 5,000, 10,000, and up to 50,000 variables points, and it has the 10 iteration. For finding the time, I use the total brute force time and total divide conquer time variable. They initialize as start with 0. For finding the millisecond, I used 1e6, which has the which show the millisecond for brute force, and also it shows for divide and conquer. System.out.print the brute force time and the divide and conquer time. For finding the average running time for both algorithms, I use this variable average brute force time, which is equal to total brute force time divided by m, which is 10 iteration here. And it generates the average running time for divide and conquer and average running time for brute force algorithm. Now let's check the code. It still continues to the 45,000. Here we can see that the average running time for brute force algorithm for n equal to 35,000, it 4806.77 millisecond. And average training time for divide and conquer algorithm with n equal to 35,000 is 78.55 millisecond. As we can see that it started for 50,000 points and continues. As you can see that the both algorithm run perfectly and it gives the average running time for brute force with n equal to 50,000 is 8,776.07 millisecond. And for divide and conquer, it generates within the 107.68 millisecond. Thank you.